I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know how well this song's gonna go. Because she had all of her Little Mermaid. By the way, she was phenomenal in. But I wasn't sure how she was gonna be in a song. So I'm gonna kind of expect something good. Now, I have done a couple other songs, and I actually do have coming out Do It. And then I have some songs of her doing tiny desk performance of something else. And I do feel like, I'm just gonna say, like sometimes her with Chloe, I feel like it's a little hypersexual for my personal taste. Just feels a little too much. I don't mind it, but I don't know. Just, yeah. I'm curious to see if she's going to go that direction, or if she's gonna go Disney, or ride the middle. I don't know. Ooh, it's just a piano ballad. Okay. I love piano ballads.
Do you ever make it out of your head? Do you still swim in your thoughts? Do you still mistake your flaws for property? Something that just don't sit right with you.
That is some sexy shit right there. But not sexy in like what I was talking about where I didn't want it too sexy. That's like in the like sultry, strong vocals behind it, but she's choosing to not give you all of it. I like that. I've heard so much of her as the Little Mermaid that I think I've forgotten that she has her own voice, not as the character of the mermaid. And I like it.
But heaven knows, heaven knows. Your wings can weigh you down.
Oh.
Angels make a way somehow. And if we fall, we fall.
You hear all the layers behind that? Da, da, da. It's not, and if we fall, it's, and if we fall. It's got this push and pull feel, which we heard a lot of when she was doing The Little Mermaid. And even in like Part of Your World, you could hear that pull where she hits it and then she backs up and hits it and backs up. And we're having the backing vocals do the same thing. It's got that soul feel behind it. Almost a little hint of like, I remember the music that we had from like the 90s, if we're going back in time, you know? And we had like the Boyz II Men and the harmony groups that would create this drive behind the way that they sang. That's what I'm feeling from this. And I loved Boyz II Men. I loved all of those groups. I loved In Vogue. Oh my God, did I love In Vogue. So I'm in for this. That's just gorgeous. I want to hear that again though.
Just make a way somehow.
Just a little.
If we fall, we fall on. Black girl hair, black girl with the black girl hair. Took a little sun kiss just to look like this. God said you're an angel. Angel, 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 halo's your halo. They know you're an angel.
Okay, so that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I could feel that, you could get that emotion behind it. But I think the interesting thing is a lot of people had said that this was more talking about racism and talking about her being black and talking about the experience of it. And I saw some terrible comments when I was just kind of bringing it up because I didn't want to see the song or hear the song, but I wanted to grab it. And there were some comments of people saying, you know, it has to do with her singing about her race and singing about the issues that she's, you know, that she's had, and can we just get her and not have to worry about that? And how I feel on it is, if that's how that person feels, then they're not understanding that every song, when you're writing about yourself, is based off of your own experiences. And this is something that she's experienced. And I know that because of what happened with The Little Mermaid and people talking about her hair. I don't know why her hair was such a big deal in The Little Mermaid, but it was. And for her to have her chorus be black girl with the black girl hair, that's her talking about her experience. And that's what songs do. And if people don't want her singing about about it, well, then somehow you have to magically make that experience not happen. But when that happens, you write about it. Just like every other person, we just reacted to things from Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift writes about what happens in her life. So, of course, we're going to have Halle talking about what happens in her life and what she's felt. And I love that she's doing that and she's going right in. And then she's following it up with just beautiful lyrics about being an angel and being blessed with the sun and like, oh, I love all of that. And finding love within herself. And I think it's fantastic, and I think she should have that outlet to sing about it. And I think it is something that a lot of people need to hear. And if it makes them uncomfortable, then they should probably step back and reassess and see, why does it make them uncomfortable? Why do they not like it? What are their issues on it? Because this is something that every artist does. It's just they're writing about their experiences, and her experience happens to be people not being cool, people being racist, people talking about her hair, talking about who she is based on the fact that she's Black. And so she's going to write about it. And I think this is fantastic. I absolutely think it's fantastic. So that's my point on that. Okay. Let's go back to this amazing angel and how she's hitting that note. That was phenomenal. Okay, I want to back up. Yeah, there is so much air behind that. The first one that she does has less air. They know you're an angel, not angel, angel. She's attacking that note with her vocal cords together. But notice as she continues, she's gonna add more angel. We're gonna have more excess air as she hits it to make it, it's a style. It is 100% a style choice. It's something that's really popular right now, is to hit high notes with more excess air. I really do blame Billie Eilish for this, because she sure loves to add all that air. And I feel like this started the trend, which has been going on for a few years now, of hitting these high notes with excess air. Angel. Angel. Not angel. It's so behind it to make it gentle.
I'm a big deal. I get sick and tired of holding it in.
Oh my God, these outfits.
I'm more than a girl. Won't let the troubles of the world come weigh me down. But angels make a way somehow.
I love the fact that this is sexuality. This is being sexy, but not being trashy. I love that she can be totally gorgeously, angelically sexy and sultry, but I'm not basically seeing nipple. So I'm a little bit older, and I feel like some music videos take it too far. We don't have to. We can still have this beauty, and she's just stunning. Like, zero wrinkles, zero pimples, like just perfect skin, perfect eyes, like everything. She's just absolutely gorgeous. And can we take a moment and appreciate that outfit right there? That is so amazing. And I love the skirt with the designs there. And her backup ladies, like, they're just, everyone's stunning. Good note. We fall. Oh, I love it. I love it. Give me it. Give me it again.
Took a little sun kiss just to look like this. God said you're an angel.
Yes. Oh. Beautiful. Represent it, Halle. I mean, oh my God. I absolutely love it. I love all of it. The drive behind it, the artistry, the way this is filmed, the idea and meaning behind it, all of it. And her vocals, especially on that high note, that's a high note. like she does it so small and so delicate that it's not cringy. It could easily be cringe. Like you could, it's so high up there. But the way that she does it, she's really kind of the queen of high notes. I mean, when it comes to small, delicate, little airy high notes, that's just kind of her thing, I feel like.
I hate and they wait on your fall. They don't know there's a grace for it all. My flaws don't make me beautiful and real. Are you they cannot compare? Are you perfectly a masterpiece? And all of me, even my scars, even my scars. Yeah, black girl with the black girl hair. Took a little sun kiss just to look like this. God said you're an angel.
Yes!
Angel.
I want to rewind that build up just one more time because I really like it. Oh, I really like it. Just the way that, okay, how do I say this? Like, I like music like this. I absolutely do. I feel like we've got the heart, we've got the soul behind it. It's artistically done, but we're not flash and glam, you know? And as much as I enjoy that, like I enjoy the comedy behind it, I enjoy the flash and glam of like what we just did with Olivia Rodrigo and we watched her Bad Idea. That's more flashy and less heartfelt. You know, I love the heart behind all of this. You just feel like you're being taken into her wings in some ways and into her story, and it's showcasing her voice and showcasing who she is, and I think it's amazing. I want to know when her album comes out because I have no idea. I've heard nothing about her album coming out. I want to know because if we're going to get more of this, absolutely got to do a full album reaction to this one too. I just do because I'm sorry. We can't not.
Angel,
Gentle. That bass behind you, hear all the voices? Oh, there's that shaky hand again, like in The Little Mermaid. Oh, that's her. Oh, with her sister. Oh my gosh, she looks exactly the same. Her face looks so much the same. That's crazy. I love it. Yes, Halle, yes. Little Mermaid came out, so I started reapproaching it and only looking at Halle as Disney. I'm happy to move on to Halle as her recording artist because that was beautiful. That was beautiful.